Shower channeling. Every time I'm around water, I channel. I'm thinking about my friends that want to start my road, but yet are very stuck in old thought processes. And so, what am I trying to say? Well, one of the things that is stopping a lot of my friends is the thought of God is a man. God is male. God is this big old guy up in a cloudy heaven. And that concept almost has to be stopped. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing to think of because there is a masculinity there and there is an all-encompassing love, but there's also an all-encompassing female love. And there's also, that's why I don't say God, I say source. I say it, I don't say he or she, because I want to give the honor and respect to the whole encompassed being. And I say being because there's no human word that can explain what God is, what source is. I say source because that is where all began. And as far as what source is, I mean, it is masculine, it is feminine, it is the plants, it is the animals, it is the earth, it is the energy, it is vibration, it is movement, it is music, it is emotion, vibration, smallest forms, quantum energy, but energy on not a level that we know. Creation energy, all-encompassing love. So what do we do with that then? We know that creation, we are a part of this divine creation. So therefore, as we learned a lot of times, we are God's children, blah, blah, blah. We are pieces of source. All of us, everything. The plant that you're going to pull out of the ground is a portion of source. Why is that? Because source created earth. Source is constantly adding energy of that level to this earth, which then becomes everything we feel, see, hear, taste, touch. Once you understand that, things look differently to you. And you know that source can fill you with its divine light and lovingly fill you up. Many people are filling themselves up with things to fill those holes that only source and divine light can do. And I know this from experience because I was an alcoholic for many years. Plus prescription drugs were a problem too. And once I started harnessing the divine light to come into me and fill me and take away all the other yucky things, I wanted more. I wanted to continuously feel this way. So the drinking and the drugs or any other kind of self-destructive patterns fell away. I didn't want to overeat anymore because my body was full of source. I didn't want to drink anymore and become disgusting blackout drunk because I was full of source. I had enough. I don't want to go and find my love through other people, pining after them, going and, oh, can I do this for you? Can I do that for you? Trying to fill my own holes through other people. I don't need that anymore. I have source. This is the way it used to be thousands of years ago. So long ago that, you're talking about that Adam and Eve time, whatever, that kind of an eon ago. We were connected. We are becoming connected again. Your mind is powerful. Imagination has been bastardized as a playful fun land. It is not. It is where you create your blueprints for the life you want. It is the place where you create the blueprints for the life you want. If you keep seeing in your mind, I am poor, I don't have enough, I'm never going to get this, I'm never going to get that, well, gosh darn it, that's the life you're going to live. When you dream and envision, I'm going to live in a beautiful place, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be around people who love me, I'm not going to be whatever. Those things come into fruition. You are creating energetic blueprints. It is not imagination. It's not playland. It is your power. It is your divine mind that Source gave us when we were created. We are a part of it all. Now, you don't sit there and feel like you're better than anybody because everyone is as good as you. And you don't feel like, oh, well, I'm just like Source, so I can do. No, that's ego. You need to just be and love. And that is when everything comes to you. Everything good. When you fight it and you're trying to build your own things and fighting the system and bucking the system and not going with the flow, that is when you have disharmony. This is where everybody who's these yogis and gurus and things, they say, work within yourself first. So I say to you, start with just in the morning, envisioning a white light, Source, God, whatever you want to call it, coming through the top of your head. Because the top of your head, there is a gland deep inside that is an antenna, so to speak, and it picks up universal energy, and you can ripen it and get better at it. So when you feel and you see in your imagination light coming through the top of your skull and like a pillar completely covering your body and filling you with light, it is happening because you are drawing your energetic blueprint for what you want. And suddenly that light, which is Source divine light, nothing negative is allowed in the same field as divine light. So if you are holding on to something that you don't really even realize you are, Source light, divine light will absolutely clear you of that. Start this practice once a day. Do it in the shower. Do it in the morning. Imagine that Source light coming through you, into your body, out through the bottom of your feet. If you can even imagine that anything else that is negative is just going down the drain. That is the beginning, and that will start you on the road.